What if I told you the Chicago Bulls are about to shake up the entire NBA? Imagine Zach LaVine in a different jersey, a breakout star emerging, and a playoff run that nobody saw coming. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, Bulls fans, because I've got 5 bold predictions that will blow your mind and change everything you thought you knew about Chicago's 2024 season. You won't believe number 4. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. All right, let's get into it. The Chicago Bulls have been in a bit of a holding pattern lately, trying to figure out their identity and direction. But I think the 2024 season is going to be a turning point for this franchise. I've got 5 bold predictions that could reshape the Bulls' future, and we're kicking things off with a bombshell. That's right, folks. I'm calling it now. Zach LaVine will be wearing a different jersey before the 2024 trade deadline. Now, I know what you're thinking. Patrick, are you crazy? LaVine is the face of the franchise. But hear me out on this one. LaVine has been the Bulls' go-to guy for years now, but let's face it, the team hasn't made that leap into true contention. They've been stuck in basketball purgatory, not bad enough for a high lottery pick, but not good enough to make real noise in the playoffs. So, why trade LaVine? Well, for starters, his value is still sky high. We're talking about a 2-time All-Star who can score from anywhere on the court. He's in his prime at 29 years old, and he's got a couple of years left on his contract. That makes him an attractive piece for teams looking to make a push. But here's the kicker: I think the Bulls front office is ready to shake things up. They've seen what they can do with this core, and it's just not enough. By moving LaVine, they can kickstart a retooling process, bringing in young talent and draft picks to build around. Now, where could LaVine end up? I've got a few ideas. The New York Knicks, they've been hunting for a star, and LaVine could be the perfect fit next to Jalen Brunson. The Dallas Mavericks, imagine LaVine paired with Luka Doncic. That's an offensive juggernaut waiting to happen. The Miami Heat, Pat Riley loves to swing for the fences, and LaVine could be the missing piece for another finals run. Of course, the return package would have to be substantial. We're talking multiple first-round picks, young talent with upside, and maybe even a solid veteran to help keep the Bulls competitive. It's a bold move, but sometimes you've got to take risks to reach new heights. All right, let's shift gears to a more positive note for Bulls fans. I'm predicting that Patrick Williams is finally going to have that breakout season we've all been waiting for. Williams has shown flashes of brilliance since being drafted 4th overall in 2020, but he hasn't quite put it all together yet. Well, I think 2024 is going to be his year. Here's why. First off, Williams has been putting in serious work this offseason. I'm talking endless hours in the gym, refining his jumper, improving his handle, and adding some serious muscle. He's always had the physical tools, but now he's got the experience and the work ethic to match. Secondly, with LaVine potentially on the move, there's going to be a massive opportunity for Williams to step up. He'll have more touches, more responsibility, and more chances to show what he can do. I'm expecting him to average around 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, while also locking down opponents on the defensive end. But it's not just about the numbers. I think we're going to see Williams become a true leader on this team. He's got that quiet confidence, and I believe he's ready to be the glue guy that holds this team together through what could be a turbulent season. Don't be surprised if Williams makes a strong push for the Most Improved Player award. He's got all the tools, and now he's got the opportunity. It's time for Paul to become a beast. Now, this prediction might sting a little for Bulls fans, but hear me out. With LaVine potentially on the move and the team in flux, I think we're going to see Chicago slide down the standings. But here's the silver lining: they're going to end up with a top 5 pick in the 2025 NBA draft. Look, nobody wants to see their team struggle, but sometimes you need to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. The 2025 draft class is shaping up to be absolutely loaded, and landing a top 5 pick could be a franchise-altering moment for the Bulls. Imagine pairing a blue-chip prospect with the developing Patrick Williams, the newly acquired assets from the LaVine trade, and the existing young talent on the roster. That's a core that could compete for years to come. Now, I'm not saying the Bulls are going to tank. That's not their style, and they've got too much pride for that. But I do think we'll see them prioritize development over wins, giving more minutes to their young guys and focusing on the future. This could be a blessing in disguise for Chicago. They've been stuck in the middle of the pack for too long, and sometimes you need to bottom out to reach the top. A top 5 pick could be the catalyst for a new era of Bulls basketball. Alright, this one might be controversial, but I'm sticking to my guns. I predict that head coach Billy Donovan won't make it through the entire 2024 season. Now, let me be clear: I think Donovan is a good coach. He's proven himself at both the college and NBA levels. But sometimes, a change is needed to shake things up, and I think that's what we'll see in Chicago. Here's the thing: if the Bulls do decide to trade LaVine and shift towards a more youth-oriented approach, they might want a coach who specializes in player development. Donovan has his strengths, but his teams have often underperformed relative to their talent level in the NBA. I can see a scenario where the Bulls start slow, struggle to find an identity post-LaVine, and the front office decides to make a change. It's not fair to put all the blame on Donovan, but that's the nature of the business. Coaches are often the first to go when things aren't working out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Patrick, you just said they're going to trade LaVine, focus on youth, and end up with a top 5 pick. How are they going to make the playoffs? Well, buckle up, because this is where things get really interesting. I believe that after a rough start and potential mid-season shakeups, the Bulls are going to catch fire in the second half of the season. Here's how it could play out. The LaVine trade brings in some solid veterans who help stabilize the team. Patrick Williams takes a massive leap forward, becoming a borderline all-star. Coby White finally puts it all together and becomes a consistent threat. The young guys they get in the LaVine trade start to gel with the existing core. Add in a potential coaching change that breathes new life into the team, and suddenly you've got a squad that's playing with house money. They've got nothing to lose, they're young and energetic, and they start stringing together wins. The Eastern Conference is always unpredictable, and I can see the Bulls sneaking into the 8th seed, or even winning the play-in tournament to secure a playoff spot. Now, am I saying they're going to make a deep playoff run? Probably not. But making the playoffs at all after the turbulent season I'm predicting would be a massive victory and a sign of hope for the future. It would also validate the bold moves made by the front office, showing that sometimes you need to take a step back to take a giant leap forward. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more hot NBA takes and predictions. And hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.